Alright, hello everyone, Adrenaluke here. This video is going to be a little bit different because I know that I normally pump out Gran Turismo 7 content to you guys, but lately I've been getting really into Assetto Corsa Competizione, or however the Italians say it. We'll just call it ACC like most normal people call it. Guys, this game is... I had high expectations going into it, and it has blown those expectations out of the water. This game is amazing. It's hyper-realistic, and I'm sure you guys all know that. It's a very well-known game, so I don't have to dive into talking all about the game, but anyways, I've been getting into it a lot, and this was a battle that I had online that I really felt like I needed to share with you guys. So we're 2 laps in right now. I'm in the Ferrari. P2 was 6 seconds behind me, and he just now has caught up to 3.4, about 3.5 seconds behind me, and so... by this point, when I noticed that he went from 6 seconds behind me to 3.5, that's pretty significant. So I know that he's catching up quick. And this is only a 10-minute race. So I thought, okay, if I can manage to just stay in the lead for, you know, just 2 more laps and then bring it home at the end of the 4th lap, because that's pretty much what a 10-minute race would be on this track at least, then I'll be able to at least take the victory home, even though this guy is rapidly catching up to me. And so I'm already feeling a little bit of pressure. You see, I just look behind me there, and you can already see him on the same stretch of road as me. And for a while, with 16 people in the lobby, I was way ahead of everybody. Now, a couple things I want to point out. I am on a Logitech G29, so I'm not really on the best equipment, and I definitely want to upgrade my equipment at least sometime, but I don't make much money, so it's going to take a while for me to upgrade my equipment. So I have a feeling that this person who I'm about to get in a really close battle with, that you'll see in a second, he's probably using a direct drive wheel. He probably has played this game a lot longer than me, because I'm brand spanking new to ACC, guys. Like, this is amongst some of my first legitimate online races in it. I would say this is probably like my 10th online race, maybe. So anyways, it looks like he's 2.5 seconds now behind me, so he's definitely catching up. I keep checking my rearview mirror. I'm getting a lot of pressure on me, and you saw I just lost a little bit of traction taking the exit onto that stretch of road there. And so, you know, when you have a lot of pressure on you, it's not easy to do everything perfect as if you were just way ahead of everyone. When someone's putting pressure on you, which he definitely was, noticing how quickly and rapidly that he's catching up to me, he's closing that gap more and more. I mean, he's just catching up to me more and more and more, and so I know that eventually he's going to be right on my tail, and so that's putting pressure on me to just go faster, you know. I mean, that would put pressure on anybody. And it's not easy to drive perfectly when you're under that much pressure. It's a lot harder than you'd think. But I'm trying as hard as I can to just make sure that he does not close that gap. But it's going to happen. And the battle that we had was just so incredible. And it's one of the best battles I've ever had in sim racing, that I felt like I needed to just clip these last 2 laps of this race and just share it with you guys. I'm not going to share the whole race. Basically, how the race started before this battle was just me leading the pack tremendously with a giant gap of like I think it was like at least 20 seconds ahead of everyone. Yeah, I'm not even kidding, it was that significant. But this guy, that's how much this guy was catching up. So the fact he was able to close a gap like that, yeah, that's why I'm feeling this much pressure. And watch up here. So I tried to take the inside. He outbrakes me. He's braking late. He's going around there, and now he has the inside to this turn right here. So I'm trying to get a better exit than him, and I do. And so I'm getting a slipstream behind him, and I'm gaining on him now. So he passed me around the outside. Now look at this. We're approaching the tight hairpin. I know that he's taking the inside, so I try to do a switchback line on him. I pull all the way to the outside, trying to prioritize my exit. He knows this, and he stays towards the inside. He hugs the inside, even on the exit. For him to do that, he had to delay his throttle input. He purposely waited to go on throttle a lot later than he could have. Most average drivers there, they would have gone on throttle a lot sooner, and they would have overshot. And that's what I was predicting, and so I tried to do a switchback line on him. And that technique would have made it so that as soon as he overshoots, I'd be right in the position I need to be, like a centimeter away from his car, to where I just capitalize on him overshooting on the exit, given that he was on the inside really early. He should have overshooted if he was any normal driver, and then I would have capitalized on that and done a switchback line where our lines cross in kind of an X. Oh, and look at this. There's a dirty driver ahead of him. Look at this. He goes to the side of him. He tries to ram him, and he misses. And he didn't make contact with either of us. That is amazing. That is karma. You love to see it. Oh my gosh, this race has so many amazing things about it, and that was one of them, is that there was a dirty driver. That guy you just saw in that blue and white McLaren, he was overlapped by both of us, and he was driving real slow on purpose to wait until we caught up to him, and he tried to just sideswipe the leader there, and he completely missed him! He completely missed him! And I'm going to show a replay after this where you guys can see that again, and I might even feature that in my very first episode of Dirty Driving ACC. You guys know that I have a series called Dirty Driving GT7, or if you're not aware of that series, I highly suggest you check it out, because I expose a lot of dirty drivers in GT7. I think it's getting close to a time when I expose dirty drivers in ACC, because I have footage of 2 different dirty drivers that spans across 3 different races. But we'll get to that in a separate video. So anyways, yeah, the guy right there, he's way ahead of me now, so it looks like he's about a full second ahead of me. But I put up a good battle with him, I'd like to say at least. You know, given the fact that he started way behind me, well, not started way behind me, but, you know, I had a huge gap established. And he was just closing that gap more and more and more, and very rapidly, too. The fact that I was able to put up this much of a fight against him, I feel pretty accomplished for that, considering just how new I am to this game. I guarantee you he's on probably better equipment, maybe. And I'm very positive that he's played this game a lot longer than me, especially given that genius move that he pulled off at that hairpin. But we're going to touch more on that, where I'm right now going to roll a replay, where you guys can get more of an overhead view, where we can get a different perspective of the events that happen in that battle. Okay, the replay footage is rolling. Let's get a different perspective of what happened. So this is where he passed me. We're approaching the chicane at the end of the lap. He was going to go to the inside, so I blocked that inside off, but then he went to the left, used more throttle to pass me around the outside, put more power down, and he took the inside of that next part of the chicane, but I got a better exit than him going to the little straight here. And then I'm pulling all the way to the outside, trying to do a switchback line on him, and watch what he does. Look at this. He still hugs the inside on the exit there. That is genius. I can't speak highly of that enough. I've never seen someone be so intelligent in their decision making in sim racing in my life. I mean, oh my gosh, like the fact that he knew that he knew exactly what I was trying to do. He knew that I was trying to do that switchback line back there in that hairpin, and so he purposely still hugged the inside on the exit to where I was forced to just coast and not go on throttle. He blocked off the exit that I was going to take there, and that is so genius. And then watch, up here is when we encounter that dirty driver. So there's someone that's overlapped. Look, he's crawling like a snail. He's trying to line it up next to the leader, and he goes for the ram, and he misses. Hits the wall, doesn't even touch either of our cars, completely ruins his own car. It is amazing. That is so awesome. Both things that happen in this battle are 2 of the most amazing things I've witnessed in sim racing ever. The fact that that guy was able to defend a switchback line that I attempted on him at the hairpin, that's one thing. And then the fact that that dirty driver that was overlapped by both of us tried to ram us and miss, that's another thing that's amazing. You know, I just thought of a third thing that's actually pretty cool about this battle too. Both me and him are so far ahead of everyone that you don't see anyone except for that one dirty driver that tried to ram us because he's overlapped. Keep in mind, guys, this lobby had 16 people. That shows how skilled we are compared to everyone else. Me and him were dominating this whole field, okay? So this was just, my heart was pumping really fast in this. And throughout this whole battle that me and him had for, you know, over a whole lap, I don't think he ever pulled too far ahead from me. He never really was much more than a second ahead of me at the very end. So I feel really accomplished that I put up a very good fight against him, and I almost took him at that hairpin. If he hadn't defended the inside of that exit of the hairpin, I would have took him. But anyways, guys, I'm very glad to share with you guys that amazing battle that I had in ACC. I'm really hooked on this game, so expect more content of this game in the future, especially when I upgrade my gear. Race fast, race clean, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Game over.